Hey, what's up guys, it's Marbletron here, back at it again with another video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends series, Spider-Man Far From Home wave, Scorpion. So before we get into this review, I want to say two things. First, I want to thank my cousin Emily for providing me with this backdrop for my birthday. It's making videos a lot easier to make and pictures a lot easier to take. And speaking of pictures, leads to my second thing, which is if you could follow me on Instagram at Marbletron. I have around 350 followers. So I would really appreciate if you gave me the follow. I already have a whole bunch of cool pictures of this Scorpion figure. So now that that's all done, let's look at the package. Here is the figure inside the window box, and the Multiman piece actually isn't looking that bad. The box is actually like a dark blue here, opposed to the black, which is on usually all of them except for probably the Venom wave. And then here it says right here, Build-A-Figure Multiman Spidey logo, Legend series. Here's the UPC on the bottom, just in case if you need that, screenshot it, go to your store or whatever. And I know a million people have already pointed it out. The mouth is exposed here as opposed to the actual figure, which I actually do prefer this look a lot more. It's more of a classic look, which I prefer. And here's the back, just some more artwork, the same artwork actually, it's on the side. And here is the bio that I'm not going to read, and the rest of the figures in the wave. And the ones that I'm going to get, I'm not going to complete the Multiman, I don't think. So if I'm not going to do that, I'm probably just going to pick and choose, which means I'll want to get this Spider-Man, Mysterio, and Hydra Man. I was thinking about this black Spider-Man, but it's just too much. It's too glossy, I think. It should be more of a matte black. But, by the way, I forgot to mention, I got this at my local Walgreens. And I found only these three, Doppelganger, Spider-Woman, Scorpion, of course. But, I don't know if they got the whole wave, because I've been seeing people only find three. So I don't know if Walgreens is only getting three in a case or something like that. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the Doctor Doom Walgreens exclusive packaged along with some of the X-Men wave, and they weren't really getting full complete waves with the X-Men. But I don't know how Walgreens distributes their figures, but anyways, that's it for the package. Let's open them up. So here is Matt Gargan, aka the Scorpion, out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I really like this figure. It looks, you know, exactly what it's supposed to look like. It has all the, you know, sculpted lines and everything. The bendy wire tail is incredible. But one downside to it already is, you know, you already see him leaning back. And I'm having to use this tail as sort of like a kickstand. But I don't really have so much of a problem with that. It could kind of be frustrating if you want to get him in more dynamic poses. But if you just want to get him crouching down like he usually is, like with his legs bent, it actually helps a lot, sort of like a seat almost. But let's take a closer look real quick at his head. Again, a lot of people prefer the other exposed mouth head sculpt. I prefer this one, but as you can see here right by the nose, there's like a paint splotch of that flesh tone coming through, which kind of bothers me. When I was trying to do close-ups for my Instagram, I kind of had to, you know, show this side of the face a little bit more so we could cover up that splotch. It really bothered me and irritated me. And also, there's a little bit of discoloration in the plastic right here in the upper thigh. It's like a different type of plastic. Yeah, it has to be different, because like it's way more shiny on the lower part of the thigh compared to the upper part. I don't know if you could tell on the camera. And the same thing goes for right here, the chest piece and the ab piece. They're different colors pretty much. But besides those things, it's not really, it's pretty much perfect. Some people don't like this backpack. I think it's fine. The gap here doesn't really bother me. I'm not gonna, you know, pose it sideways or anything. I just want to show the front of it, so you're not really gonna see that as much. And for the mobility of the tail, just to show you how long it is, it's pretty long. Let me focus that. It's pretty dang long. I think it's about 16, 17 inches. Yeah, it's pretty long, and it has thickness to it as well, and it moves very well. You could see here, you could curl it up into different positions. which I'm very happy about. I wish they could have done that with the Doc Ock figure, but unfortunately they didn't. And the tip right here, it's not sharp at all. It's pretty soft rubber plastic. You know, what do you expect? And then for the articulation of the figure overall, it's pretty standard articulation. You know, the head is on a ball hinge. It's got shoulder joints, ball jointed shoulders. It has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Wrists move in and out and they swivel. The legs kick that much, back that barely at all. Double jointed knees right here. Ankles move up, they move down, and they do pivot side to side. So yeah, pretty standard articulation. The only thing that's kind of interesting is this diaphragm joint. They usually don't put this on comic figures as often, besides, like, you know, figures like Doc Ock and Kingpin that have that, you know, more rounder body shape. But I'm pretty, like, surprised that they went to, you know, go with this, which I prefer this better because it doesn't break up the look as much as the, you know, App Crunch would, like on my Mysterio figure, something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. And there's also, here's the sculpted lines throughout, which look really, really good. I don't think that there's any black paint inside of there. It doesn't really bother me that there isn't. So that's pretty much it for the sculpting and detailing for the figure. So now let's get into some comparisons. So for comparisons, here he is next to the Kingpin. Right here, I know it's white on white. So there he's next to, you know, the Kingpin. And let me bring out Doc Ock right here as well. The one that should have had bendy wire. And I think he scales pretty well. You know, he should be taller than Doc Ock and, of course, smaller than Kingpin. Here he is next to the symbiote Spider-Man from the Craven 2-pack, the unmasked head, and this Spider-Man from the Vulture 2-pack. I believe was a Walmart exclusive. And I took a few photos with him and this Spider-Man already. He scales pretty well, but I think that this Spidey should not be... It looks taller than him, so I don't like the way that works, but... Yeah, and for the last comparison, here he is next to Mysterio. They look pretty cool next to each other. So that's pretty much it for the review of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Far From Home Build-A-Figure Wave Molten Man Scorpion figure. Overall, out of 10, I think I'll give this figure about an 8.5. The only things that really bother me about it is the heaviness of the tail and the paint inconsistencies around the figure with the plastic and the blemishes in his face. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.